What is going on YouTube? Here I'm back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Litecoin, as well as the S&P 500. As you guys know, I like to do a different altcoin here on the channel every single week, which we will do a new one starting tomorrow. So definitely comment your favorite cryptocurrency down below in the comments section, and I'll be picking one to review for next week's videos. More importantly, what we're going to be looking at in today's episode is once again the sideways consolidation that's pretty much overtaking most of the market as we speak. As you guys remember, back just a couple hours ago, we made a video yesterday basically discussing how prices were bouncing off bottom support of Bitcoin at 30K, going back up to retest the high of 35K and some change, that kind of median level that we did discover as a means of resistance and at times support, but seems for the most part to just kind of play out sideways. Not only that, we are going to be looking at XRP, which is also hitting its resistance. It is in a downtrend. There is a downtrend forming on this coin where the lower high patterns are forming and pretty much just parasailing this coin lower and lower and lower. 60 cents or 57 cents does seem to be the bottom support, but prices are slowly trying to break out of that, and we'll see if we found a bottom. Otherwise, today's video is sponsored by Dubplate. So if you have any interest in music or, sharing or creating or listening to music, definitely make sure to check out this new NFT music crypto project that's coming around. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and let's jump into today's episode. Alright guys, really quick before we jump into the technical analysis, I want to give a huge shout out to Dubplate for sponsoring today's episode. For those that don't know, the Dubplate trade platform introduces a brand new concept of NFTs and exclusive music. Utilizing Ethereum's ERC-1155 token standard, they're able to digitally certify ownership of exclusive Dubplate tracks from some of the world's most exciting underground artists. Buying a Dubplate through Dubplate Trade gives you the right to listen to exclusive tracks, which will only ever be available on the Dubplate Trade. They are trying to change the way exclusive music is shared, returning exclusivity, value, and revenue to artists. Now, not only that, they also have their own token, the Dub token, which is the heart of Dubplate, and the native's Dub token allows for trading collectible tracks on top of the Binance Smart Chain. All token holders who decide to stake their holdings will receive a share of the Dubplate trade platform's profits. A total of 5 million Dub tokens were created on the Binance Smart Chain as BEP20 tokens. So all you have to do is just visit the Dubplate.trade website and click on Buy Dub Tokens, where you will then be redirected to the V1 on PancakeSwap. Make sure your wallet is synced and select your preferred amount and complete your purchase. Dub token holders can vote on governance proposals to help the project move forward. In the future, the team plans to list the tokens on reputable exchanges to improve its liquidity. Once again, huge shout out to Dubplate for sponsoring today's episode. Otherwise, let's jump right into the technical analysis. All right, as you guys can see, top 10 cryptocurrencies, everything for the most part seems to be doing fairly okay. I mean, overall market is only up like 2.5%. Everything seems to be just floating right now. Nothing really too shocking or out of the ordinary. As you guys can see through most of these major cryptocurrencies, XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Litecoin, they're pretty much just at a consolidation standpoint where they are currently retesting their top resistance levels. You can see it on here for Litecoin, which, with a small tweak of the charts, you can still see it's kind of retesting the tops here. Nothing really that worrisome. You can see right here, it's still within its descending fractal. Bitcoin, same thing applies, still within its descending fractal. And we can just pretty much extend this out to pretty much all the cryptocurrencies except for Ethereum, which seems to be breaking slightly outside of this bearish, open, funneling, descending fractal, but you'll notice it's kind of coming back up to retest its moving average, its resistance level, as well as this beautiful ascending fractal, which we're going to talk about. This major overall ascending fractal is pretty big for Ethereum. Problem is it's retesting its moving average as well as the uptrend here, so there's a good chance it's going to be rejected off of here, and we'll probably see correction maybe by tomorrow or the next day. Reason being is there's so much downtrend on this, this support level right here, or this moving average right here. There's a lot of downwards pressure, probably pushing this coin down to not be able to break inside this ascending fractal here. Now imagine if we actually manage to get above here and close above here, this would hopefully allow the price of Ethereum to float back up to the top, but it doesn't seem that likely, granted that all these other cryptocurrencies are having some issues. Obviously, the possibility is still there. We're going to cover that. We're going to discuss all the options here. You can see XRP also hitting its downtrend. So once again, this is acting as a means of resistance. We need to see whether or not we break through these downtrends before we can really throw more money into the market. As you guys know, it's really coming down to Bitcoin that's going to lead all these cryptocurrencies through the market. And as we know, for the most part, we're not at a price level just yet that would pretty much say, okay, guys, we're out of the downtrend. We're out of the bear market. We found a bottom. Time to head back up. So ultimately, what it comes down to is the fact that we have to wait this out right now. Prices are pretty much trending in between the date range of when it first started, the first drop May 19th, all the way to today, which is about 46 days now of this sideways consolidation, or maybe 47 days now of this sideways consolidation. It's been over a month now, a month and maybe 2 weeks of basically trading outwards in between the 40 and 30K support and resistance levels. This is boring, and I understand that. I mean, if we look in the past here, we just look at how we've been able to trade. We've literally just floated through 20K, 30K, 40, 50, and then 60, and it's pretty much moved in a very, very, very volatile movement. It's had major swings to the upside, corrections back down, vice versa, and so on and so forth. But now we've seemed to have pretty much just sandwiched ourselves in between this 30 and 40K support and resistance levels. And this is not going to allow the coin to really just move. So really, I don't want to go near this cryptocurrency until I see some sort of confirmation. Either we retest and break above 40K, or we break below 30K, which seems to kind of be this bigger possibility of correcting to the downside. Obviously, it's pretty much just a waiting game right now. There's not much money to be made if you decide to trade inside, $35,000 and $40,000. It's pretty aggressive there. And you're not going to make much money. You could leverage trade it, but it's much more aggressive than waiting for easier opportunities to buy back into. So for me personally, for most of these cryptocurrencies, it's just going to be a waiting game for right now, and it doesn't necessarily have to take a long time. We're ultimately just waiting for us to either retest this top resistance or this bottom support here. So if prices consolidate back down, which look like they want to, if we do. I mean, we could easily break up. It really doesn't matter which direction we move to, because we're going to make money off of using BitYard regardless of the direction we're going to be moving to. You can see also, noticing this is Bitcoin on BitYard here, we do have the 5, 10, 20, and 40-day moving averages pulled up. Notice how constantly we've been trying to break through some of these moving averages here, and we've had nothing but trouble getting to break above here. And you can see, once again, we are currently retesting the 40-day moving average, and we're having problems. It's been 3 times now where we've retested this 40-day moving average, and we have not been able to break through it. And I would not be surprised in the slightest if, once again, prices decide to decline and correct lower, because we flipped bearish and have corrected below these major support levels. So there is a lot of resistance acting on some of these cryptocurrencies. The same thing would apply itself with XRP here. It hasn't even touched its top resistance at 80 cents yet, but there is so much bearish, downtrend on these cryptos. There's a good chance it's going to swing lower than, swinging back to the upside. So more importantly, Bitcoin right now, you can see it is hitting its slight wall here. So really what I'm waiting for is just for prices to come down, retest either 30K here, where I can buy in and leverage it back up to 40,000, or vice versa. We hit 40K and I leverage it back down to 30,000. Or we break through and I short it to 20K, or we break through the 40 and we leverage it up. My only concern would be is if price actually comes back up to retest it earlier than I would say maybe July 30th. Reason being is there's a lot of resistances here, which would allow us to break through, getting ourselves above what appears to be a lower high formation. You can see the start of this downtrend here. Only 2 confirmations, so it's not entirely accurate. But if we decided to break up through here and retest 40,000 right now, we're going to be hitting the moving average, and we're not even at the top downtrend just yet. So ultimately, I would think it's probably just going to fall and correct to the downside right after that if we do decide to retest 40K. So it doesn't matter to me. I mean, these small descending fractals that are forming on most of these major cryptocurrencies don't really hold that much support. So if we break through here and retest 40, I'll be getting ready to short it to the downside, but it's just waiting for that moment to happen. I mean, last time we bought in was closer to June 26th, and since then it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days of consolidation since we've retested that. So I can see how it gets slightly boring inside of these sideways channels, trading very slowly. XRP, the same thing is going to apply itself. There is a downtrend on this coin that's what it seems to have been using for quite some time now. There is this uptrend here. I'm not sure where I want to put this yet. It's very hard to ultimately figure out where the top is. I mean, it could be like this. It could be like this. It could be like this. It's very hard to ultimately figure out where exactly that top resistance plays out to be. I mean, even if we adjusted this like this might look a little bit better. And then we would move this down here because it's retesting weekly charts. You can see it. That's the downtrend. And let's see how that applies itself. It's not going to look as accurate on the daily, but you can kind of see what we're referring to. It actually doesn't look too bad. So even if we did decide to break through here, you can see where resistances still play out. It's very similar to Bitcoin, with it coming back up to retest 40K. For XRP, the same thing would apply in this zone right here. It's just very mashed up with downtrends, with support levels, with moving averages, and with mental barriers at $1. This zone that we come into is going to be the hardest to break through. If we manage to do so and we can close above $1, then it's fair game that we start to correct back out of here and we found a bottom. But I'm gambling and, looking for potentially seeing prices correct back down to bottom support at 25 cents where I can short it. And then we'll see that big leverage trade back to $1, $1.30, who knows. But that's really what I'm waiting for. So even if it breaks through here and retests this, the second we see confirmation, and that's really what I'm waiting for right now, is a break below 56 cents. So let's say we close at 48. A break below 48 cents would be enough for me to short this coin all the way back down to about 25 cents. So that's really what I'm waiting for, and that's my conservative game plan for XRP. Ethereum doesn't look too bad hitting resistances. I'm just anticipating the rest of this market to correct lower. Although Bitcoin and the other major altcoins haven't actually hit its moving averages just yet on the daily, everything doesn't look to be enough volume to actually shoot us up to the upside, and I'd be shocked to see that. Most of these cryptos are still in downtrends, still creating lower highs. Pretty much all the cryptos have some sort of lower high formation on them, which would just send this coin down lower. So we'll have to see. We'll have to wait to see how this market plays out. S&P 500, as always, is starting to look really nice as we eventually swing back to the upside.